pages, I should say. Joker's Earth Gaming is proud to present some Blue Jays baseball on MLB The Show 24 today. The Blue Jays are home, where they will face the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals have a 59-87 record, while the Blue Jays are 120-27 for their record. Steve Matz will be the pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, while Jose Barrios will be the Blue Jays pitcher for this game. This game, of course, with Jays wearing their City Connection shirts, will be at the Rogers Center, where it is open roof and clear skies today. There is the lineup for the Jays. It will be George Springer batting first, Whit Merrifield batting second, Bo Bichette batting third, Davis Snyder batting fourth. Danny Jansen will bat fifth. Bryce Harper will bat sixth. Jose Ramirez will bat seventh. Dalton Varsho will bat eighth, and Kevin Kiermaier will bat ninth. For St. Louis, it'll be Witt batting first, Scott batting second, Goldschmidt batting third, Walker batting fourth, Edmund batting fifth, Crawford batting sixth, Carlson, Segri batting eighth, and Burnett batting ninth. We now take you to Joe and Chris to call the rest of this action, where they will introduce the pitchers in this game momentarily.
On MLB The Show, it's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. Showing the slab in today's game, Jose Barrios. He's been one of the best starters in the AL this year, Ziggy.
Well, Lehman, a Cy Young candidate in the American League, having a great season so far, but he knows he's got more work to do. I've heard his name floating out there as a candidate, but I think he's just going to focus on this one today and try to get a win for his team.
Now on for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. When the season is over, he'll set a new career high for runs scored. In there at the knees, and we're underway in this interleague matchup. And strike two.
Tries to do a bunt, totally misses it.
And the right-hander deals. Win.
Oh, they call him on strike, and he can't believe it.
Now it's the right fielder.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
Barrios, a former All-Star. He features a sinker, a slurve, a four-seamer, and he works in a changeup. One down, base is empty. Popped in the air, left field. And there are 2 down.
Ball's right there to get that second out.
Cardinals line up now. They're facing a guy today who is a strike thrower. Doesn't issue a lot of walks, so they're going to have to work hard to generate base runners.
And when you've got a strike thrower like this guy on the mound, you can't be overly patient as a hitter because the umpire is generally going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So you got to go up there, understand what's in his repertoire, be aggressive in what you can handle. And you get 3 swings, why not take all 3 of them? With his control.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. We head to the bottom of the first. No score after a half. And now for the Jays, George Springer.
Now let's see what the Blue Jays can do here in their first plate appearance.
Up the middle. Crawford throws the first in time.
Close play, but it's called out.
Take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Ziggy, this lineup has the benefit of playing behind a great pitching staff. They've got a really low ERA.
Yeah, and with that said, there's not as much pressure on the offense, but make no regardless of how dominant the staff can be, the attitude is we want to go out there and have some fun with the bat. So we'll see. One big inning in this one, could be all they need, but you'd like to have multiple big innings.
Whit Merrifield will get a stand-up double, his 10th of the year. And a very dangerous man to be on base in scoring position.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. The American League leader in batting average this season. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. There's the ball. Throw to third, and he's in there easily.
When a guy's got that kind of lead at second base, somebody's got to call a timeout. Pitcher's got to step off. The catcher's got to ask the ump for time or something. You can't let him get out that far. If you don't have a good thrower behind the plate, he's going to steal third almost standing up. That's a really good job of being aggressive by the base runner.
The 1-0. And a foul ball. And now the lefty. A 1-out to right. And there are 2 out. And they'll score.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and nice job with the sac fly.
And next will be the cleanup hitter. That first offering is fouled off.
He didn't want to give up that run. He did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Pitch. Right field down the line, and that one slices.
Davis Snyder hit his 21st home run in the previous series against the Mets.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the third baseman, Jordan Walker. Berrios back to work. Right through there for a strike.
Sometimes pitchers working backwards, starting with the breaking ball, but it's a tricky approach. He almost wants to bait you out there to throw that stuff to start the at-bat.
Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, though, Joey Matt, sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Jensen gathers. Goes to first. Got it. One away on the strikeout.
Came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way. But that time, a little anxious.
Good block by Jansen to get the out.
Defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Flips the corner. It's 0-1. Edmund, a former Gold Glove winner, hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2016. Line drive. Caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. When you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Now fly ball to right center.
Former teammate of Brandon Belt, Crawford, flies out.
After an inning and a half, it's 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's the Toronto catcher, Danny Jansen. There's that one deep left field, and forget it. And this place is rocking. His 58th home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 2-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at-bat move. Aggressive, and it paid off.
Now here is Harper.
Back to back, Jack!
A massive home run, and they tack one on the board. It's 3-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
That is 48 home runs for Bryce Harper there.
Back-to-back homers always a special This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. And first offering is fouled off. Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning, bottom half of inning number 2. That one is absolutely belted. Base hit.
Close, but was not caught. It looked like it, but it was not caught.
Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
And that one is lifted in the air. And pulls it down. One away. Batting ninth, the center fielder. Here's Kiermaier now. Kiermaier. And he drops it down the third baseline. And he barehands it to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
What a great drag bunt by Kiermaier to advance himself.
Probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt, great hustle to get himself a knock.
So the lineup flips over. Here's George Springer. Grounded out his first time up. Matz throws over. And he dives back in safely.
Oh, shoot. Sure tough after this play. He might return in 2 weeks. If it's torn, it'll be likely 2 months. Either way, move from this ball game.
So now the injury forcing a substitution at second base. And on to run for the Blue Jays, Francisco Lindor.
Well, I'm going to make you pay for that one.
Pitch. It's a double steal. Strike in there. From third. Save. Double steal.
Hopefully it's only a couple weeks.
Popped up. Golden settles under this one. 2 away.
Man, it's so frustrating. You got a couple of runners on. You want to try to drive in at least 1 run. Maybe you get a little too big with the swing. Pops out right there, and I tell you what, nobody's more frustrated with that at bat.
Lays it out. Beats it. 1 run across. Now the tag at second, and he's
Damn, I thought he was going to be able to get there.
What a play to end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And the lead is now 5-0. Major League Baseball is on the show.
Jays have a commanding 5-0
Now into the
lead.
game, Francisco Lindor. He's the new third baseman.
Lindor, of course, came in for the injured Jose Ramirez.
In for a strike.
Hopefully he'll only be out for a couple weeks.
Kid, played for his dad at Elk Grove High School. His teammates there with Nick Madrigal. Swings and fouls one off.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down anytime.
Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Kiermaier makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Batting none. And now the Cardinals catcher. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. Righty delivers. And It's a ground ball right side. A dive, he's got it to first. And that's a great play for the out.
First, it looks like making the stop is the hardest part, but feeding to the pitcher on the move, I think even tougher. Great job of hitting that moving target. They're going to be fired up in the dugout.
Back now in Toronto. Now it's the shortstop, Bobichet.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
And makes the grab. One pitch and one out. Now it's the second baseman. He's 0 for 1. Lifted to left center. Will make there, and that is gone.
Davis Snyder does it again with another home run. This one in this series now.
It's 6-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
And that is Davis Snyder's 22nd home run of the year.
Really great job of anticipation there. He knows he throws the sinker. That one down in the zone. You're trying to beat it to the spot it's getting to. Well, he won.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching team. Righty reliever out of the pen, Miles Michaelis.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have it.
Now it blasts to left center, way back there, on its way, out of here.
That's a back-to-back for Jansen.
They go back-to-back, his 59th home run of the season, and they add to their lead. It's 7-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boo. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the den. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. You know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
That'll be Jansen's second home run of this game.
So 1 out, nobody on. Here's Bryce Harper. He's already homered here in this one. Hits to right center, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down. It's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
That one ripped. That's back. And caught on the warning track.
Oh,
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this.
no
and when the
reason
game
to
comes,
steal.
they make the play perfectly.
So man aboard. Dalton Varsho digs in now. This one in the air. Crawford makes the grab. And that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-0. This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the show, Canada. Out of the 4th. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn. Pitch. That one missed.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Now the number 2 hitter. Fly to left his first time. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Well, right now this battery is seeing the aggressiveness of the hitters early in the count and often. So got to be real careful that you don't give too good of a pitch, especially early in the count.
Sets him down looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
In the air right side, and that is Springer. And that'll do it.
Jays are cruising right now with a 7-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the fourth and see if St. Louis can stop the bleeding.
And we're back. John Chami and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Kevin Kiermaier. Line to kick the pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
Oh, what the hell?
Really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They were obviously able to run the starter out of the game in the third, so they've set the table for a win, and now I'm sure they're thinking it's time to feast.
And down on strikes. And that's the first out. Back to the leadoff spot.
What the hell? I wanted to try it.
Springer to step to the plate.
Plus it ends the game quicker.
Base hit out of center field.
It looks like I got an easy win here.
With Merrifield up to the plate. Trying to bunt his way on. Barehand scoop. Throw to first. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Yes, I'm practicing my drag bunt.
Nearly a highlight reel play at third, but the barehand grab still wasn't enough to get the out. Great effort to make that play as close as it was.
First and second, one out. Bichette gets a chance to hit. Pickoff move to second, and Springer's in there safely.
Fuck it.
Here's the pitch. Both runners on the move. That's in for a strike. Third, two-man, save, double steal. That's a base hit. One run is in. Another comes in to score, and they now lead by 9.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. I could watch base hits like that all day long. So could every
I'm gonna practice everything.
Brother takes off, pitching for a strike. Throw to second, and he's out.
Well, I really didn't expect him to try to steal second base because he had a very standard lead at best. If you're going to try to get there safely, you've got to get more on that lead. You've got to do a better job. That was the difference between being safe and out. Everything came together for him. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front, flipped into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you
Runner on the go. Pitch it for a strike. For the second. Out there. And they hit it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready now for the fifth inning. Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Jordan Walker. Bichette gathers and throws to first. One away here in the fifth. Tommy Edman at the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Fastball for a strike.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
On the ground, right side. Tosses to first, and they get Edman for the out.
Here we go.
Crawford now open stance on that left side.
Yay, seems like right now they're doing well.
Doesn't get the call.
What?
That's ball one. And it skips into there.
The rest of the lineup could learn a thing or two from this at bat right here. He's been patient, and now he's in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count.
That's in there, and it's 2-1. High fly ball, right field. Springer drifts towards it. That is that. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Andre Palante.
Man, we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. One of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high. Strikes tough.
And it is through for a hit. Leadoff man aboard. Harper to the plate. He's already homered in this game. On the ground, 2 ball. There's 1. On to Goldsmith. That's 2.
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate all of the finer details of how these guys execute. Right there, really nice footwork, and a good feed to second was the key to pulling it off.
The Blue Jays up big in this one. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. Popped up, and that's foul.
Come on, I gotta time this right.
The 0-2. Bunting, and it's in the air. Makes the grab. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now it's the switch hitting outfield. Dylan Carlson on the corner for a strike. Next offer in there for a strike. And it's 0-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. So a run report to start the inning.
Well, there goes the chance for a perfect game. That pretty much split the zone down the middle.
Carlson aboard here at first with nobody out. Ground ball left side could be 2. Off balance feet, there's 1. Out of first, and it's a double play.
Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and his infielders took care of business. Pretty textbook execution between short and second to turn that into 2 outs.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. As a hitter, you're going to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen. But you got to take what he's offering that day.
2 down, nobody on. Another inning. Going to allow 6. Now for the Jays. Dalton Varsho. Right-hander back to work. That's towards center. Edman in position.
What?
And there's 1 down.
He was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. On its way to the corner. Drifts towards it. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. 1 down, base is in. And he lays down a bunt. Picks it up with a bare hand on the money. Nice play. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position play.
Tosses the first. Play made, that ends the inning. Nothing to do it for the Blue Jays. They still hold a 9-0 lead.
I'm doing stuff that I haven't done before.
Back here at Rogers Center, we go to the top of the 7th, and now the DH, Mason Wynn. And a pitch. Ball 1. Takes low for ball 1. And a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kicks and fires. Struck him out looking. And now the right fielder. And a foul ball.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
The Jays up big in this one. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Golden stands in now and watches strike 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, unable to get anything going.
Righty to the plate. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. 2 outs. And they'll do it again. it misses. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. Steep hill to climb. It's a 9-0 deficit. Bottom of the 7th. Now it's going to be Whit Merrifield. That's to third, and that's just foul. Kicks and deals. That's too high. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Zach Thompson, the left-hander, up and throwing. Kittredge, the right-hander, loosening up as well. On the ground, out to short. Over to Goldie, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out. Hit up the middle. Just got to slice that one into center. Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already is bat stays in the zone on the plane for an extended period of time. Guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Now it's Jansen to hit. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone. Stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
Bichette goes. And safe. Gets a stolen base. And the righty deals. Not even close there. It's 2-0.
He's been ranking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We look ahead to inning number 8. Jays 9. And back now in Toronto. Here's the third baseman, Jordan Walker. Berrios back to work. In for a strike. Berrios into his 8th inning of work singing. He's been good.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gets better as he gets deeper into the ballgame. If you're going to get to him, you get to him early. If they didn't do that today, we'll see what happens as this finishes. Well, right now, he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you come in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. The Redbirds with a lot of ground to make up. And from the top of the 8th. Right through there, got it. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Here's Brandon Crawford. The 0-1. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul. Swings and misses. 7 in a row by way of the K. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And they're down 9. And we're back. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now for the Jays. Bryce Harper. The right-hander back to work. Swung on, and there it goes. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 10-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. This to center field. Edman in position. And out number 1 on the grab.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Varsho in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Escalante, a righty that throws with power. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a sinker. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. And now Kevin Kiermaier. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. And makes the play, and that's out number 3.
Oh, let's see if I can get a complete game now.
Coming on this solo home run. Last chance coming up here for the Cards. We go to the 9th. Now up for St. Louis, Dylan Carlson. Here comes a pitch. Center field. Kiermaier moving under it. He makes the grab. There's one away. And up next for St. Louis, Thomas Sajazi. That one drilled left field. Hangs off the wall. Around first, heading for 2. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing. And a fraction of an inch different on the bat. And it is probably out of here.
And there's a ball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
95 with that one. The stuff has been excellent.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. You look down, you're chasing stuff like dirt.
2-2 now. Stays alive.
Ooh, got a favorable call there. He just let the umpire know that.
Probably fooled the umpire a little bit because there was no budge at all.
So they're down to their final out. Next is the designated hitter, Mason Wynn. That one fell.
You know what I've never seen Jetson, unless of course you do it with the pitcher.
They're down to their final strike.
You know, that's a swing you'll see a lot against a good sinker. Just right over the top. Tough to barrel that up.
This could end it.
Terrific job in this game. He scattered 2 hits and pretty dominant. Efficient with his count. Got himself all the way to the finish line and finished where he started.
10 sip your final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB, John Shamlin. We'll see you soon.
And now we'll do it for this episode of Blue Jays Baseball on the Show 24. I've been your host, the 1-2 Joker. I want to thank John and Chris for calling most of this action between the Blue Jays and the St. Louis Cardinals, where the Jays dominate the first game with a 10-0 victory. Next up will be the stats after we show the replays. But Jose Barrios gets the complete game shutout. Only giving up 2 hits in his 9 innings of play. He managed 12 strikeouts. He is today's player of the game. Steve Matz gets knocked out early, really early in fact. He will get the loss. Nobles, if any, from St. Louis was Dalen Carson going 1-3 and Thomas Segis 1-3 with a double. They were the only 2 hits that St. Louis managed. For the Jays, though, Bo Bichette was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Whit Merrifield goes 3 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs and a couple runs. Bryce Harper goes 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs and a couple runs. And Danny Jansen goes 3 for 4 scoring with 2 home runs himself and 2 RBIs with 2 runs. The other story of the game that we will find out momentarily will be to see what the status of Jose Ramirez is, if he's out for 2 weeks or a couple months, as he got injured while sliding back to second, where Francisco Lindor had to come in as a pitch runner and then take over his position at third. So now the moment of truth. How long is Jose Ramirez out for? Oh, hopefully it's only a couple weeks, but if it's a couple months, so be it. Oh, he's out for 2 weeks. Oh, that is lucky for the Jays, as the Jays were lucky that it was only a couple weeks for this man. So because of that, I will elect a 10-game injury list. And there we go. So, with that being said, I thank you for watching this episode of Blue Jays Baseball. We'll be back with another episode. Until then, this is the One True Joker officially signing out. See you next time on the show.